The moment my husband handed Ryan the keys, I knew something was wrong. Not because Ryan looked nervous, not because I felt guilty, because Noah looked completely relaxed. And by that point in our marriage, I had learned something dangerous. When Noah got truly angry, he wasn't loud. He got quiet. The company gala was supposed to be simple: dinner, networking, a few speeches, a few drinks. Then home. Nothing complicated, nothing unusual. At least that's what I thought when I arrived that evening wearing a black dress Ryan had once told me made me look impossible to ignore. Ryan wasn't my husband. He was my affair partner. For almost 14 months. Even now, admitting that makes me cringe. Not because I got caught, because I genuinely believed I was smarter than everyone involved. Especially Noah. Ryan worked for a supplier my company used regularly. What started as harmless conversations turned into lunches. The lunches became drinks. The drinks became hotel rooms. And eventually, the affair became so routine that secrecy stopped feeling stressful. It felt normal. That's when affairs become truly dangerous. Not when they're exciting, when they become comfortable. Noah never accused me of anything, never checked my phone, never demanded explanations, never acted jealous. If anything, he seemed more relaxed as time passed, more distant, more focused on his own life. At the time, I interpreted that as trust. Now I understand it was resignation. The gala took place at a luxury hotel downtown. Hundreds of people, live music, open bar, the kind of event where everyone spends 3 hours pretending they're more successful than they really are. Ryan arrived separately. That was always the plan. Appearances mattered, especially in public. But throughout the night, we found ways to cross paths. Small conversations, hidden smiles, private moments disguised as coincidence. The usual stupidity people mistake for cleverness. Around 10 o'clock, I started feeling uneasy. Not because of Ryan, because of Noah. He was in a fantastic mood. Too fantastic. Laughing, socializing, buying drinks, talking to people he normally avoided. It felt wrong, like watching an actor perform a role. Then came the speech. And near the end of the evening, one of the executives thanked everyone for attending. People applauded. Music resumed. The event started winding down. And that's when Noah approached me carrying 2 glasses of champagne. "Having fun?" he asked. I smiled. "Of course." He nodded. Then he looked toward Ryan across the ballroom and smiled. A real smile. Not forced, not fake. That should have terrified me. Instead, I convinced myself I was imagining things. The event ended around midnight. People began calling rides, collecting coats, saying goodbyes. Noah and I headed toward the valet area. Then he suddenly stopped. "Actually," he said, "I need to stay a little longer." I frowned. "For what?" He shrugged casually. "Just wrapping something up." Then he spotted Ryan walking toward the exit and raised his hand. "Ryan." My stomach tightened instantly. Ryan walked over, trying to look relaxed, trying and failing. Noah smiled warmly. Perfect timing. Then he held out my car keys. "Could you drive Claire home?" Everything inside me froze. Ryan stared at the keys. I stared at the keys. Nobody moved. "What?" Ryan asked. Noah laughed lightly. "I have to stay." Then he added, "And honestly, you've spent enough time taking her places already." Silence. Complete silence. The kind that feels physical. My heart started hammering. Ryan's face lost all color. And Noah? Still calm. Still smiling. The smile of a man who already knew. "Noah," I whispered. He looked at me. "What?" The terrifying part was that he sounded sincere, as if he genuinely didn't understand why I was upset. Then he gently pushed the keys closer to Ryan. Go ahead. Ryan didn't take them. Nobody spoke. Nobody breathed. Because suddenly everyone standing nearby understood something was happening. Not what? Not yet. But enough. Enough to stop and watch. Noah finally looked at Ryan, then said, "You've been driving her around for over a year." Pause. Might as well drive her home. The world stopped. A valet attendant looked away immediately. A nearby couple froze mid-conversation. Ryan lowered his eyes. Coward. The same thought hit me instantly. Because the second reality appeared, he wanted no part of it. "When did you find out?" I asked. My voice barely worked. Noah thought for a moment, then answered, "Last summer." I felt sick. Last summer, meaning he had known for almost 8 months. 8 months. Every memory immediately changed shape. Every smile, every conversation, every family gathering, every anniversary dinner. He knew the entire time. Ryan finally spoke. "I should go." Noah laughed softly. That's usually how these stories end. Then Ryan left. Didn't defend me. Didn't argue. Didn't stay. Just walked away. The fantasy disappeared in under 30 seconds. And somehow that hurt more than the exposure itself. Because affairs survive on imagination. Reality kills them. Noah and I stood alone near the valet stand, the city lights reflecting off parked cars around us. For the first time all evening, his smile disappeared, not replaced by anger, by exhaustion. The kind of exhaustion that comes from carrying grief for too long. Then he handed me an envelope. I already knew what it contained. Divorce papers. Prepared, organized, ready. Again, that realization hit me. This wasn't revenge, not really. Revenge requires emotion. This felt like administration, like paperwork being completed. Months later, after everything was finalized, I asked him why he did it that way. Why the keys? Why Ryan? Why make him drive me home? Noah thought about it for a moment, then answered, "Because he spent 14 months helping you leave." He paused. I figured it was only fair he handled the last ride too. I still think about that moment sometimes. The keys, the silence, the look on Ryan's face, but the worst part wasn't being exposed. It wasn't the divorce. It wasn't even watching Ryan walk away. It was realizing my husband had spent 8 months quietly accepting the end of our marriage, while I was still busy pretending there would never be consequences. And by the time he offered my affair partner the keys, he had already emotionally arrived at the destination long before either of us did.